Through generations, the same life lessons have been taught. You're born, you go to school, then college, then find a job, buy a home, possibly build a family in between, and just continue working for 40 years so that you can retire and finally quote-unquote enjoy life. You're in retirement, but since you constantly neglected your health, wasted your time commuting, and never having time for anything else, now you have less energy and your life expectancy is lower because of your health. This doesn't sit right with me. And don't get me wrong, I'm not against the workforce or anything because we have to work to earn money and pay for our things. But on the other hand, the 9 to 5 and the way it's structured takes so much time of our day that it doesn't even look healthy. For example, this is how my schedule goes from Monday to Friday. My job gives me the flexibility to clock in between 8 and 10 a.m. So I usually wake up at 6 a.m. Why at 6 a.m.? Because I like to take my morning slow, and the later I get out of my house, the higher the chances of less traffic. So between 6 and 8 a.m., almost 9, I make a healthy breakfast, drink coffee while sitting outside, digestion, shower, pack my lunch, and head to work. For my house to my workplace, it is 17 minutes with no traffic. But there's always traffic on weekdays, so in the mornings, it takes me around 30 to 35 minutes. I arrive at my desk between 9:40 and 10 a.m., clock in, and work till 6 p.m. In the afternoon, it takes me around 40 to 1 hour to get back to my home. I like to decompress for a bit and have a pre-workout snack. Around 8 to 8:30 p.m., I arrive at the gym. My workout usually is between 1 hour to 1 hour 30. The gym is 15 minutes away from where I live, so it's not a big commute. So by the time I get home, it's between 10 to 11 p.m. After arriving, I eat dinner, shower, and get ready for bed to sleep less than 8 hours. Rinse and repeat. That's my schedule from Monday to Friday, and even if I could possibly do adjustments, it really doesn't bring a massive benefit. Over the past years, commuting in my area has gotten worse. A combination of people moving to the metro area, people who have their jobs over here, has made the traffic overall worse. I have received suggestions like going to the gym immediately after work, and let me tell you, it's bad. There's traffic to get to those gyms, and it'll be 6 p.m. The gym will be extremely packed. I'm not a pro weightlifter, but I am not also an amateur. I have a body to maintain, and I like my reps to be of high quality. If the gym is full, I'll be circling around waiting for machines. So going at 6 p.m. versus 8 p.m., 8 p.m. definitely wins. Other than that, there's very little room to cut from. If I speed up my slow mornings and leave my house earlier, then I'll get even more traffic in the mornings due to parents taking their kids to school. So the earlier I get out of my house or my work, the more traffic I'll take. Again, this is my Monday to Friday. We have forgotten about my weekends. Well, since I barely have time on the weekdays for my chores, they stack up on the weekends. And since I don't sleep my 8 hours, I'm always carrying tiredness from the week. This is literally a rat race situation. Just work, 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 and enjoy 2 days of chores while you're tired. The only solution to my specific situation is if my employer provided remote work. That will be life-changing and improve my quality of life. I will clock in at 8, leave at 4, take a small nap, go to the gym between 4:30 and 5, and then home by 6:30 and enjoy the rest of the night. Sadly, remote work won't happen in this workplace, so we have to look for alternatives. To truly regain your time when you're locked into a rigid 40-hour work week, you have to realize a brutal truth. You cannot create more hours in the day, so you have to change how you value the hours you have left. If a 9 to 5 takes 8 hours and commuting, getting ready, and unwinding takes another 3 to 4 hours, you are left with a very small, sacred window of personal time. Regaining it requires moving from a passive mindset to an aggressive tactical defense of those remaining hours. In order to make a change, I have created a 3-stage approach of what you should do to slowly start changing your life and don't let the workplace continue to drain your time. Step 1 is the aggressive boundary. You cannot build a life raft if you let your day job continually poke holes in your free time. First, you need to enforce a hard stop protocol. When your shift ends, the work version of you must cease to exist. Close the laptop, silence notifications, and mentally clock out. Spending even 50 minutes checking emails at night just to stay ahead is voluntarily giving away the few free hours you fought for. Instead, take that defensive mindset and reclaim the commute. If you're trapped in traffic for an hour or 2 a day, convert that mental drain from lost time into your time. Use it for passive growth by listening to educational podcasts, audiobooks, or using voice notes to brainstorm your own creative ideas, turning a frustrating chore into a personal development block. Finally, establish a 1-hour focus lockdown. You don't need 5 hours of free time to make progress. You just need a single hour of uninterrupted, high leverage focus every day. Put your phone in another room and protect that 60-minute window to work exclusively on your health, your personal wealth, or building your own projects. Step 2 is the tactical energy trading. A major reason that the 9 to 5 steals our time isn't just the hours on the clock is that it completely exhausts us. We get home with free time on paper but zero energy in the tank. So we spend 3 hours passively scrolling or watching TV. To truly regain your time, you have to master the tactical energy trading and buy back your stamina. This starts by escaping the convenience trap. When we're tired, we spend money on convenience, fast food, endless streaming apps, or impulse buys just to cope with the daily stress. This creates a vicious loop. You work hard, you spend money to survive the fatigue of that work, and then you must keep working hard just to pay for those comfort expenses. Lowering that overhead gives you massive reading room. On the flip side, you want to outsource friction by looking at the mundane chores that completely drain your limited weekend energy. If spending a little money on a meal prep service, automated tools, or grocery delivery saves you 4 hours of exhausting labor, you didn't just spend money. You bought 4 hours of your life back to invest into the gym, your health, or your own personal projects. Do mind that we need to think long term and get the best return on investment because we don't want to stay trapped on convenience forever. We actually want to change our future for the good, and this is where the last step comes in. Step 3, the ultimate pivot. The ultimate way to regain your time permanently is to stop trading your physical presence for a paycheck, meaning you have to systematically use your 9 to 5 to fund your exit. This requires a shift in how you view your wealth, turning your dollars into workers. Every single dollar you save and invest shouldn't just be viewed as a dead number in a bank account. View it as an employee. When you invest in compounding income producing assets like dividend paying stocks or broad index funds, those dollars start earning their own money so you don't have to. So as you build this engine, stop obsessing over reaching a massive arbitrary net worth number and start tracking your time covered instead. Shift the goalpost to measure exactly how many days of freedom you have bought back. If your baseline monthly expenses are $2,000 and your investments bring in just $100 a month in passive compounding return, you haven't just earned an extra bill. You have officially bought back 1.5 days of your life every single month permanently. Investing is not the only option though. You can use your free time to create a cash flow producing business that fills a need in this current world. If the business prospers, you could potentially quit your 9 to 5 and focus on your business at your own pace and time. In this YouTube channel, I do both things. I show on a monthly basis what I do with my money. I deposit weekly into my investment accounts and put those dollars to generate more dollars, all while documenting this on YouTube with the hope of joining the YouTube partner programs one day. So if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for your support. Don't forget to share it with your friends, like, and subscribe for my monthly portfolio updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.